This is T, culinaryrogue.com. We are going to break down a chicken. That's right, we're going to cut up this bad boy into a couple different pieces. We're going to do the Airline chicken breast, the boneless skinless breast. We'll have a couple wings after we're done. We're going to do a leg and a thigh, and then a semi-boneless leg and thigh. The first thing we'll do is the Airline chicken breast. Again, the Airline has part of the wing to the skin on chicken breast. So what we want to do with your sharp knife, cut to the bone. There'll be the wishbone kind of coming down this section. When I'm cutting anything away from bone, I want to use the bone as the guide. Take off the skin, well, cut through the skin here, kind of where that leg and breast meet up. Let me flip her around. I'm kind of with my fingers pulling out part of that wishbone. So we're going to take the wing off with this cut. We're not cutting through any bones, we're cutting through the joint on the wing. There we go. So we can see skin on, wing still attached. I'll show you an easy way to clean up the wing. This is the tender. If we want to take off the tender, we can. If we want to leave it on, no problem. So an easy way to take off part of this wing, take your knife about halfway. Some people will say further, less, whatever. But we want to score down to the bone. Release. There's a little piece there not cooperating. We want to release to make sure we have some separation. Then you can see the natural way the wing likes to go. I'm going to flip it back, whoops, so we snap that off. That's going to French the bone, make it nice and clean. This one, we'll just trim that one off. So we're pretty good on the Airline chicken breast. Maybe trim it off with some fat, but that one's good to go. So I've got the full breast. You can leave the tender on or take it off. A lot of people take it off. And then part of the wing is on, but part of that bone is cleaned up. Airline chicken breast. Now we'll do Mr. Boneless Skinless. It's going to look quite a bit like the Airline. Cut down to the bone. Remember to make sure we're following that bone. Alright, we have what looks to be the start of the Airline. All I'm going to do, the little part of the wing bone is here. I'm going to cut around with the knife. I've got the other part of the wing. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. So for the boneless skinless, it is now boneless. All we want to do, remove the skin. Some will be able to tear off, some will need the assistance of the knife. Again, you can leave some fat on, take it all off, whatever you want. We can discard that or render it down for the schmaltz. If we want the tender removed, that's going to be the chicken tender. That's a nice piece of meat there. So the boneless skinless. Alright, to get the leg and thigh off, the oysters are kind of right here. You can see them poking out just a little bit. We want to make sure we take off the oysters. So I'm going to dislodge that thigh bone with the knife. I'm going to consciously cut around the oyster, and you can kind of see this line right where the backbone is. We'll just cut close to the backbone so we don't leave any meat. We'll do the same thing with the other one. So I've got two leg thigh combinations. If I want to just cut this down into leg and thigh, again, right where that joint is where I'm going to stick the knife. Should be a nice easy cut. So the thigh, I'll trim that of this excess skin, and the leg. Now I'll do the semi-boneless leg and thigh. The bone that we're going to remove is this one right down here. So cut straight down where the bone is. Start moving some of the meat. You can dislodge. Or looks like we did more of a break. Not too bad. That one we'll go put with the stock. So now, again, we'll trim off the excess fat or skin. This one we have a thigh boneless. We can stuff this. We can pound it out, open a little bit, put some nice force meat or sausage in there. Wrap that up, tie it off with some butcher twine, give it a roast. Couple slices on the plate. There we go. So with the wings, I want to remove the tip. Typically with the wings, that one we'll put with the stock. So there's a lovely wing portion. Tip, remove, and then this is the whole wing. We want to separate it into two. There we go. Remember the other part of the wing, this part is not here, it's on that Airline chicken breast. Here is the lovely cut up chicken. We have the semi-boneless leg and thigh, couple wings, leg and thigh apart, skinless, boneless, chicken breast, chicken tender, and we have the Airline breast. Back here, we have the broken down pieces of the bird. Hopefully that gave you a couple different ways to break it down. Some of the things you may not ever need ever. Some things you may. It's cheaper, less expensive by the way, to buy the whole bird and then break it down. Just know you don't get 8 breasts out of 1 chicken. This has been T, culinaryrogue.com, how to break down a chicken.